Stay over there. 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 Oh, my dear God. With the power. Oh, that campground. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stop shaking, Chad. Stop shaking.
Start off from like when you decided to start recording.
Okay, so I got the alert, and I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and I just went out, stood on the driveway. I thought I could see what I was taping at the time. I thought I was seeing the tornado north of Walpok. So I taped a little bit, and I shut it off, and I did a second video. And as I was doing the second video, I just happened to, I was like, looked up because it wasn't there. It just like showed up. I looked up and I was like, oh. So I started videotaping that one and the rotation. And when that sound, when I could see the spinning sideways, it wasn't up and down yet. It was sideways. The actual funnel was sideways. And when I kept looking at it, I was like, I could just see it coming down. And that sound, when I started hearing that sound, that noise you never forget, that's when I ran to the house. I knew it was, I could see it coming down, and I just didn't know how close it was. And I ran into the house.
So how close were you to the actual tornado when you were recording?
Okay, when I first started taking video, where it came down was probably about 400 yards from where I was standing. And that's why it got so loud and it scared me. I didn't know. I was like, I just got to get to the basement. I thought it was coming straight for me. So if you look to it would be to the west of me. It actually made a loop around my house where it hadn't touched down yet, but it caused damage on the west side of my property. And it kind of went north. It went around my farm.
Yeah, I noticed that. It just missed your property.
Yeah. And go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I'm just listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I ran into the house and I was running to the basement. I just happened to run by my door, and I looked out the window to see where it was. And I noticed it was going to stay to the north of me, and there was no debris hitting me or anything. So I was like, well, I opened the door and started videoing again.
And that's when it touched down west of you on your property.
Yeah, so it started right on the edge over here, and it went through the woods. I mean, the video obviously shows just that woods is destroyed, and it was so as I'm videoing it, you can see like I have metal crates that I put wood in. I burn firewood, and I had two of them empty, I had four of them empty. Two of them had solid bottoms. Two of them had holes in the bottoms. And the two that were solid bottoms, that tornado sucked all the way to the woods.
I've seen that in the video.
Yep. And crates were, they just pulled them over there. And as I'm standing in the door, I mean, you could just feel, I couldn't believe the pressure, it pulling me toward it. There was no wind except suction.
I did see a statement of you saying that it felt like it was sucking you out of your house. In one of the interviews I read, I don't remember which one.
Yes, it was. That was just the weirdest thing, and it made such a vacuum. Like I have a detached garage, and I left one of the windows open, and it made a vacuum in that garage and sucked the garage door in. It folded it in. And it's weird because my house garage that is attached has the exact same door, and they're only maybe 10 foot apart, and nothing happened to my garage door to the house because all the windows were closed. That's the thing.
Well, that they used to say that you should leave your windows open during a tornado.
Oh man. Yeah, that vacuum, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, is this the first tornado you've ever seen? Like in person?
No, I've seen a couple of them. So when we were kids, we watched one from about a mile away. I mean, there was nothing. It was clear, wide open, and you could see the whole thing traveling. And I've seen one up by Walk Walk before, but never this close. Never.
So is it like safe to say that you are kind of a weather nerd? You like severe weather? I'm getting that vibe.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I am just absolutely fascinated with storms.
That's awesome.
But like I've been so close to many. I've even got video of lightning strikes being so close to me. My house has been struck 4 times in 3 years. It was struck by lightning, right, the pole right out front, and all 4 times I was outside watching the storm, and it's maybe 50 yards from you every time where it strikes.
So the storms love you.
I'm guessing, geez,
The roar of the tornado, the sound, it was very distinct. And so what was that like for you? Like that sound that we're talking about. How was that experience for you in person?
Yeah, that video, that audio on the video doesn't do it any justice whatsoever. I've never heard of anything like that before. I will never forget that sound. I ever hear that sound again. I don't ever want to hear that sound again. Freight train magnified by 10.
I appreciate it so much. Like, this is awesome. And I wouldn't have picked anybody else to be my first episode. I know it's really choppy. I know that we've had lagging problems. But thank you so much for coming on here. And I'll keep in touch.
Yep.